what should
say 1940 April's Day, the war was done with a great speed. That is why that period is called blitzkrieg. Some lightning way the war had taken place. What next event is the spread of the war is attack on Pearl Harbor. Pearl Harbor. It is in Hawaii Island that was in the Pacific. Okay. Okay. Say,
very
okay. Listen, when the war already started, America's attitude was neutral attitude. Neither supporting that conquering countries nor supporting that conquered countries. You got that, no? So it was an attitude of neutrality. You तो उस टाइम वो armaments sell करते हैं. Understood? Maximum selling of weapons. उसके लिए तो जो imperialist country को support करेगा तो वो लोग weapons का जरूरत है. Either defeated country, sorry, smaller countries when it was conquered, support करके कुछ फायदा नहीं हुआ. वो लोग भी weapons ले ले. जितना प्रॉफिट बना दे उतना अच्छा है करके न्यूट्रल एटीट्यूड. Got it? Why USA followed the neutral attitude? So it was selling weapons and other things. It was trying to make a maximum profit out of the trade. This was one side. At the same time, Japan become very confident after defeating Manchuria, China, and all. It got a new spirit. Okay, अभी सबको defeat करने के लिए हमारे पास ताकत है. So this Pearl Harbor, it was the naval station of US. So what is the importance? Naval station. उसमें ships है, वो जो big harbor is there. How many ships are there? What is that?
Can I just ask him with the
One of you go and you also learn this like easy. Okay. So what happened? USA was having a neutral attitude. Now Japan was confident after defeating that Manchuria, China, and all. So it thought that it will attack the naval station. बड़ा सबसे बड़ा naval station था. हाँ वो अच्छा भी था क्योंकि it conquered, almost it attacked. But that made American entry into the war. This was time America was not interfered. So it attacked the naval station on 7th. So what is that? Attacked the naval station on December 7th, 1941. This made USA to declare war. Okay, so what happened on December 8th, 1941, USA declared war. Okay, so when this thing Pearl Harbor attack was there, Japan made two blunders that only caused that defeat. One was that it did not destroy that ship repairing yard. Got it? One was that it did not destroy that ship that repair facilities. And another thing is that US carriers also not destroyed. Two famous carriers were the Lexington and Enterprise. Two carriers were there. So two blunders committed. One is not destroyed. Second, two carriers were there. One is Lexington and the second one is, tell me, what is the name? Enterprise. Because of that, what happened when this was attacked, so many ships were damaged. So that time, it got the opportunity to get it repaired there. Very fast, it got it repaired. And carriers were not attacked, so they could use that carriers for same harbor, Pearl Harbor.
Why did it not attack?
That was a blunder from his side, that side. They underestimate. They thought that okay, they will come by the time they could completely occupy it.
Was there any like a particular leader of Japan during that time who was organizing all this?
But I feel that Hirohito, that was a king.
Okay.
He was that kingship was there for that is up to 1990s. Kingship was there. Once kingship was there. No, say in Japan, king was there, and that dynasty was very powerful dynasty. Okay, so two things they did not do. One is not destroyed that repair yard, and second is not destroyed carriers. So within a short time, America get all the damaged ships repaired, and second carriers were used for attack purposes. So because of that, Pearl Harbor did not affect the USA, but it strike the prestige of America. It was so powerful. So the prestige of America was affected.
Japan would not have attacked
Pearl Harbor, America would not have interfered. America would have made more profit out of it, selling weapons, selling things and all. So America during this time was preparing so many new weapons. So it was in a very good position to do all this. Okay, you understood Pearl Harbor incident? So because of that Pearl Harbor, America declared war on Japan. Now, in between, something happened. I will tell you that it is Hiroshima and Nagasaki is coming at the end of it. So let us see something that about the war, how it proceeded. See, in your textbook, it is not given about what happened during that. So after the 8th 1941, USA also interfered, and USSR dropped from that treaty. Came out from that treaty. What was that? Non-aggression pact was made against Germany. Do you remember?
Germany.
Germany and Russia made non-aggression pact. Hitler, after conquering Poland, it thought that okay, it is a superpower, it could come and attack Russia. So Russia was not there in the picture till that time. What Russia made or what was its power, nobody was knowing. Because after communism, after the Russian Revolution, Russia did not interfere in any world affairs. It was developing its economy, its own political condition, its own defense system, everything. But suddenly, Germany thought that, okay, now we will try and attack Russia. Hitler underestimated what was the condition of Russia. He underestimated. So he marched into Russia. On the other side, the war spread in all the areas because Germany attacked France, conquered it, then it conquered it. And afterwards, what happened? There was a battle of Britain, air attack on Britain. Germany. So air raids on Britain. So because of that, war was diverted in all the areas. Clear or not? So Germany entered into Soviet Union, underestimated the condition of Russia. On the way, it made with the success. Nobody was there. So conquer करके, occupy करके, आगे, Stalingrad तक पहुंच गया. Germany. So what was that? Communism and socialism. वो जो common people भी weapon लेके खड़े हो गए. वो जो whatever they were not trained for attacking, but they took sickles or whatever they could. Whatever they could take, but they came out. They came out in large numbers and forced Germans to move out. That is, so many of its officers died. 90,000 soldiers lost. Yes. Understood or not? That is why I told underestimated. Secondly, Germany was not having prepared for that extreme cold situations in Russia. वो जो प्रिपरेशन नहीं था वो आसानी से जीत के वापस आएगा करके अंदर घुस गया. तो उधर से एक महीने का बात नहीं है, 2 महीने का बात नहीं, कुछ टाइम लगा, तो उधर से अंदर तक जाने का, तब ये फेस हो गया। तो ये पूरा हरा के जर्मन को भेजा, मतलब on the way so many officers, 90,000 of them lost. Imagine Russia had to wage war in all the fronts. Germany, okay, eastern side with Russia, western side at that time combined forces of Britain, France, and US. That is how that Germany. Are you able to imagine the condition? Germany entered into Russia. That is eastern side. Western side, what happened? Combined forces of Britain, France, and USA came, and they were on the offensive. Here from Russia, the common people also took weapons and they were on the offensive. So now Germany was caught up in all the that made Germany to return. Got it? So you can this one. Now next, what is given is bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Okay. Now, this happened in 1945. So the picture in between 1941 to 1945, and I told already. What happened? Germany attacked Russia and then faced with the defeats. On the western front, at the Normandy coast, Britain, France, and USA forces together attacked Germany. So because of that, Germany was in a puzzle only. That is what to do. It cannot come out of that. People were not ready to support because of that nasty cruelty. So these all things were going on, and Germany was almost defeated. It happened in May 1945. So that forced Hitler to commit suicide. That story we have seen. He committed suicide, underground bunker. Okay. Now,
but his body is never found, so it was never confirmed that he committed suicide. They just said that he committed suicide.
But it is fully 100% believed that he committed, because he don't want to face that kind of what is that, trial and punishment.
But it is also said that he ran away to Argentina. There are cases of that.
No. Which country will give asylum? We know that Jews को जो cruelty दिखाया, उसकी वजह से कोई country उसको asylum नहीं देगा. Some countries turn against him. And another thing is that he did not show cruelty only to the Jews. See, there is one reason. See, I did not mention about that. One reason I have told you, Jews के साथ जो cruelty का one reason था Christianity, Jesus Christ का. So, but these Jews are God's children. Means they are blessed children of God. It is due to that curse they had to suffer. God's own the state children. So they were the blessed and intelligent people in the world. Say 1% intelligence is equivalent to 1,000 others. That much intelligence. That is why they made that bomb. One Jew only prepared that bomb and they told America not to use because that person escaped to USA and they told not to use against humanity. But America used it. Okay, that is one part of it. So God in its the state made Jews to suffer for something. Because there is a this thing, real incident that when Jesus was going to be crucified, he did not do any sin or any crime he had committed. But people thought the other criminal to be released in the place of Jesus. One criminal was there was that festival time, one person will be released. That was the law of that time. So that Pilate thought that Jesus can be released. So these people thought that no, that Jesus to be crucified and this one, that criminal to be released. So Pilate, that king, that judge, he told, I did not find any mistake in him. And he washed off his hands, showing that he did not do anything. So the people told, let this effect come on us and our generation, next generations. So that come as a curse. And the people of the Jews spread all over the world and had to experience all this. After so many years of miseries, the Israel nation was formed. 1948. The Israel nation, when it was formed, Israel was declared. You are not declared new nation Israel. But power ethnic को भी जगह नहीं था. But the people who spread all over the world, the Jews, returned back and pushed the Palestinites out of that. That is what that issue between Palestine and Israel. In Palestine, Muslims are there, and the Christians and Jews are there in Israel. Got it? So power इतने को भी जगह नहीं था, but declare किया Israel. और वापस सब जगह से जाके उधर जमीन ले लिया. जमीन ले लिया मतलब उधर establish किया. फिर Palestinians को बाहर कर दिया. So this become a dispute. Arabs and Muslims are there in Palestine. So that was a cause of war between Palestine and Israel. And there is the holy place, Nazareth, Jerusalem. This is the holy place of Arabs, Muslims, and Christians and Jews. All the groups, this is the holy place. Some occasions, all the people used to gather because that synagogue is there. That was built by Solomon. So that is very useful. So that is very important for all this. Okay, this is the background. I just wanted to tell. So they are the present people. Whatever harassment, torture, this came because of the curse. And afterwards, as they are the present people, they did not face much problem. Understood? So the return back. So your question, that is why I told you that Hitler, who committed all cruelties, did not get asylum anywhere. So believed that he has already. Date is also May 5th or something. He committed suicide. That is what the belief. Okay. Now Italy already left from. Germany was on the verge of decline, and this one Hitler committed suicide means Germany is not continuing the war. Only Japan also remaining. So it is a matter of hardly 1 months. It was about to surrender.
What about Italy?
Italy already left.
Just so we just
हाँ.
yeah.
इतना war spread हो गया, तो इटली को समझ में आ गया ऐसे कंटिन्यू करने से कुछ नहीं होने वाला. So that is why Italy left.
Oh.
Now the condition, this one, the problem is with Japan only. Japan thought that it will continue. Come this side. After having the food plan, naturally, Okay, Japan would have surrendered, but what America did, because it was actually with that Pearl Harbor incident, because of that, on 6th August, it dropped the first atom bomb in Hiroshima. And on 9th August, second bomb was dropped in Nagasaki. By dropping the atom bombs, it completely, that two mounds were completely destroyed. The population, that everything got destroyed through that bombardment. This bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Okay, got it? You just read fast. Bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. First, that defeat of Axis powers also I have mentioned.
Yes.
All the things I have mentioned.
Yeah.
Read it because formation of United Nations I have written. So call to our and
if Axis powers would have won, then we would be under Japan's control, right?
see, you have studied about that Nehru person.
We also went to Japan for help. No, for freedom. Like Germany and Japan. That's where he died now.
Yes, I never saw. I never saw Indian National Army. So when INA was formed, what happened? This he thought that by getting the support of Japan, he would free India
From British.
from Britain. He thought that was a misconception only. You just imagine by getting rid of Britain, we are going under another country.
We might not have gone under that country. We might have gotten a the treaties.
No. This way the picture will change. Nobody hoped. So if this way that war did not end, Japan would have controlled India. So from the hands of Britain, we are free or getting freed. We are going under that Japan's control. Yes, it's fast, you read it.
Playing garage. But it was a short period.
No, but no.
That's fine.
See, bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki plus defeat of Axis powers also. If you are getting it out, you ask. Then that is why I told you to read.
Test was also very honest. First test, but from America.
Yeah. United Nations Organization, the name. United. Commonly we call it UN.
The two bomb was family and little boy.
Little boy.
Little boy. 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 The girl is older than I'm mostly 2007. Literally boy. What are you? So now.
Both the parts done now. Yeah. Defeat of Axis powers, because I have mentioned all this. I have summarized all this. India was dragged into that war because it was a colony.
But still didn't participate that much. Didn't participate very much.
It is not having any participation, but it was a colony of Britain. So many the same areas we were forced to, because our godowns, workshops and all were used for war purpose, or materials were used in the war purpose and all. But India did not support that Second World War. That is why when the treaty was made, some non-independent countries were also made as permanent members, and India did not get that permanent. India was United Nations. Then China was given that permanent membership in the Security Council. India is not given. It is not the permanent member of Security Council. Only 5 countries. Okay. Completed reading. Now, what we are going to see, how this organization was formed. See, horrifying war. We cannot call it as a war under our imagination. It was very much a horrifying war because the battles of the war were fought in every domains. In the air, in water, on land, everywhere the battles of the war fought. So the horrors were very difficult for the people to remember. So one condition you have to remember is that horrifying nature of war. Another important is that failure of League of Nations. So the trio, that means Britain, France, and USA. But France was defeated by the Axis powers. Because of that, in the lead of forming that United Nations was taken up by American president. President, in America, president, it is presidential form of government. Then Winston Churchill. This one is the Prime Minister of Britain. Then Stalin, Joseph Stalin.
What is US? Sorry, USSR.
USSR is Russia. Union of Soviet Socialist Republic. So these three leaders took up the initiative of the formation of one organization to replace the League of Nations. That was the beginning. They started thinking about forming that one organization. They met at Yalta in February 1945. Okay. Then afterwards, the countries, many countries participated in the conference held at San Francisco. And finally drafted the constitution of the UNO, and it was formed on 24th or 25th. 24th October 1945. So this is the day UNO was formed. Okay, UNO was formed on 24th October. Two parts are the okay, formation of UNO, you understood? Say it was an organization, and you textbook में देना है, textbook with page.
You का बड़ा part है.
See, in the consequence, the defeat of Axis powers, previous part I have told you. So that is what one of the consequence that to be added in that consequence. So here, what all things are there? Okay, that once again I will tell you. What is that? Germany was divided into zones. Each zone under army of each allied powers. So what was that? Germany was divided into zones. Each zone was controlled by different allied powers. See, one example. One is that Federal Republic of Germany. Okay, it was under capitalist control. Okay, German Democratic Republic. It was under socialist control. Means Russia. So this way, two different parts it was made, and a wall was made in between. German wall was made. Broken. So now this together it is known as Germany. But for long time, up to the end of the 20th century, it was having that wall which is separated two Germanys. Clear? So that was one of the important consequences. Germany was divided into zones, is under that the control of allied powers. Then the Federal Republic of Germany, commonly known as West Germany, was administered by UK, France, and US. Okay, that is what the Federal Republic of capitalist control, and Bonn was the capital. Okay, it came under the capitalist ideology of Anglo-American, and the allies become part of capitalist bloc. Next is German Democratic Republic, known as East Germany, was administered by Soviet Union with East Berlin as the capital. It came under the influence of political ideologies of Communist Russia and became part of Communist. Okay. Japan and Italy also become very weak. I have told you, unlike Germany, they were not divided into zones to be governed by conquering forces. The American army was to occupy Japan until 1952. According to that, 1952 तक USA's control over Japan was. The Japanese would receive sole control over their own affairs. Emperor Hirohito, I told this one, was left on the throne as the constitutional monarch, and the Japanese parliament retained some of the lawmaking powers. All that acquired by acquired or seized by Japan since 1895 were taken up. अभी 1895 से जो टेरिटरीज जापान कॉन्कर करके अपना कब्जे में लिया था वो सब वापस देना पड़ा. Okay, formation of UN I have told you. Now I am going to tell about Cold War. Okay, what is Cold War? Hirohito, you underline. No. He was very old. He died. Normal death, okay? Japanese had a very long life. Longevity is very much. About 100 years of it. Japanese have a long life. Okay,
But the condition of living is way better than ours.
See, no, the thing is that what he told is correct only, standard of living. And their lifestyle is different. Because of that, they have a longer life. Understood? Where that is when we got independence, an average Indian used to live that is lesser than 50 years when we got independence. Now, because of that, medical facilities, health facilities, and vaccination and all, our this thing has increased to 60s. That means 64 or more. Then, But listen here, actually. Sri Lanka's longevity is about 7, above 7. And the average Japanese live average means 80s. Okay. Now, in India, Kerala is having that equivalent Kerala. The state Kerala is having that equal. That is Japan. Many areas it is compared to Japan. In the field of education, in the field of longevity, health facilities, all the state, it is development. It is compared to Japan. In India, only that state is having that kind of development. Okay. Now let us come back to our topic, that is Cold War. What is Cold War? Your attention is very important. Understand this concept. We know that the world has undergone 2 world wars. The effect of that war, that means in terms of human loss, it was enormous. Never could calculate. Some cases, that time's population, 1/3 of the population died due to this loss. Eradicated, completely eradicated from the face of the earth. Just imagine 1/3 of the population completely during that war time. So the people wanted to avoid such wars. The net result is the formation of ULO. So that is not the only solution, because the minds of the people are filled with hatred, revenge. The treaties were not so harsh, but still there was enmity among the people. So the world was divided into 2 blocks. One is the Western bloc. The spelling of this is BLOC. Okay. Now, the Eastern
Western capitalist and Eastern socialist.
socialist bloc. So you just imagine the world is divided into 2 blocks. The smaller countries joined on either of this block. So here also there was a mad race of amassing weapons. Smaller countries joined for protection purpose. So there was a big confusion, tension among the countries of the world. So it can lead to a war, but no war, war-like situation. Every time anticipating an outbreak of World War. This type of war-like situation is termed as Cold War. Understood? Minds are heated up, the condition is cool.
That's the point.
Huh?
That's the point. Cold War का मतलब ये होता है कि actual war नहीं होता.
Still, war is not taking place, but any moment there can be a war.
Also.
No, it ended. So it ended with the disappearance of this one Soviet Union. Okay. Now you know that all capitalist countries were grouped under Western bloc. Then another countries just getting independent, and new ideological nations, they joined under Soviet Union. Now there was a kind of race for developing new and sophisticated weapons. Every country was suspicious of other country.
It was a very weird time of this.
Really, it was that time 1945 to 1980s was a time of that is suspicion, fear, threat of war. Understood? So if each and every country started making weapons of destruction. During that time, America, if they made missile, the Russian missile will cut off that missile. So now there was one country, the smallest country, Israel, also began to be a threat for all the powers. I told you they were the other people. So their intelligence power was unimaginable. So they developed that missiles which could cut the missiles of others. Scud missile, Patriot missile. So like that, very powerful things were developed. So it was a situation that every movement, it can be an outbreak of war, but war did not take place. And at this time only, that is the democratic and capitalist bloc and the communist bloc. And because of that, world peace was on the verge. Means it can go also, it can remain also. The other countries, in that time only, that there was a third group under the leadership of Jawaharlal Nehru, Marshal Tito of Yugoslavia, Nasser of Egypt. They together formed non-aligned movement. In your textbook, it is also the non-aligned movement. Non-aligned means they neither join with the capitalist bloc nor with the socialist bloc, but they work together to solve the problems peacefully. So this was a kind of a challenge for both the blocs, because these countries, many of the countries were trying to be independent. They need financial support, they need political support, all the things. So in that case, joining on either side was a fearful thing. So they decided to form non-aligned movement. Got it? So one is capitalist bloc of the West, socialist bloc of the East is the other one, and in between there was a bloc called non-aligned. Because of all this, there was that burning problems. Every country was suspicious, and another thing was the emergence of emergence of USA and the USSR as superpowers. Earlier, that superpower status was not there. After the Second World War, this status came into being. So it was a competition between USA and USSR. Earlier time, Britain and France were there, but they were not that much fierce. but when the Second World War got over, superpower status came in because of the development of destructive weapons. That is why it was a competition of that USA and USSR. In 1980s, 86 and all, you can find USSR collapsed. After the collapse of USSR, now there is no USSR, only Russia is there. So it did not pose a threat to other countries. Now each country began to develop its own political system, its own economic system, its own technological system. Because of that, the Cold War condition decreased. Now there is no Cold War situation. Each country trying to prosper by its own system. Clear? So you just read that part, Cold War. So many things are there, so many points are. Cold War is so that they are planning for Christmas time. And hours are there. But if you are going so slow, each one so much the same time will take, and according to the planning, it will not end. They have designed it such a. That is why about the means every lesson, how many hours planning, and then they are putting it. Okay, this lesson to be completed this day. Next lesson this day. So I am also planning accordingly. Because everything I am telling, is there any problem? Everything is that learning is not that much fast pace, no? That also to be done. You are in tension, no? This much lessons have to be completed. So if you are slow, this is the month you can take. Or you will get it time. Once the school start, you have school homeworks, then that all things are there. Yes, what you are telling?
No, our school doesn't give
So much homework, no.
No.
No? This school you are?
Sadhu.
Okay.
Projects. Purpose per subject, which way?
And that also. Competition. Observations and that high standard.
Another level. Computer application.
WordPress value है, 40 is so you see the extra. So one boy who came on Saturday, that class after the that means 3 to 4. So that can be told that one presentation of the not able to complete that prescribed time. So additional for grocery. Workload was double. This where they are. So it's not good. Right products are there.
Computer not to do that. We need to do all the application type questions of textbook of 9th standard as well as 10th standard of all subjects. And then we need to write all the programs. And then we need to make, this was all handwritten and only programs means in Java. And then we need to take print out and then submit. Yes.
Then when you will complete. So it's main service. These are the main service. You have to. These are they are maths, Tara and main subject.
What it's a perfect. There was. I think more than 100 pages are needed.
Let's say that it was from that Hitler went to Argentina and ran away. That might not be true, but there are actually descendants of Nazis in a town in Argentina. So they actually have migrated over. There's an actual town in Argentina. That is why it said that there is a chance that
How escape.
Hitler might be because Argentina is one country that actually was okay with Nazis coming to their town. Argentina was one country.
Reaching Argentina is not easy, no?
Yeah.
That is
From
by.
German to Argentina almost in-
That is by this thing, escaping from this European bloc, that means allied countries, was very difficult.
Yes.
That is why I told you it's not that. See, any other European countries it may be possible, but Latin America, how is it possible?
Yeah, that's
That possible. I haven't read anywhere about that he escaped to Argentina. I haven't read. I don't know, maybe.
But there are theories. There are many theories about it. No, not yet. The different is one. That is the problem. The theory when the pushing it such that the more the theory is very that's my theory. Mine and Papa together, the world will end. Mine and Papa, etc.
Mayan calendar.
Mine, yeah.
See, Mayan, Incas, Mayas, and something like that. They lived in that Latin American part, that means South America. They were so intelligent and powerful. Mayan civilization. Okay. They were means advanced than any other groups of people. And that region, we know that Amazon basin and all are very rich. So these Mayans advanced in all the fields, that means science, technology and all. They made an advanced calendar. This civilization entered long back, ancient period. Ancient period it ended. But they made a calendar, and that calendar was ending up to 2012. The 21st December.
21st. It was scariest day of everybody in there.
So that calendar's last day was 2012, 21st December. So there was a rumor all over the world that the world is going to end on 21st December 2012.
This was the calendar ended at that time. Nobody thought that they might have just forgotten to continue it.
So for good, something happened to this.
Yes.
So what people perished. So no one was there to continue and prepare, complete that
There
calendar.
was never a reason why the Mayan Empire perished, right?
It was not there.
It just vanished one time.
Vanished. So sometimes some big earthquake or something.
Like Pompeii.
So something might have happened and the whole civilization ended. Okay. So the calendar was ending from there. So people began to spread the news all over the world. Okay, the 21st December is the end of the world. So it is spread like a wildfire. So in every newspapers, everything, they started spreading. So some kind of that geologists and all began to counter this one. So try to make the people understand it's not the end of that. It was that Mayan calendar was ending by that. So people even technologically skilled people, they started fearing. With 21st century, how changed. So we were there, no, we heard this one, this kind of ideas spreading, and nothing happened.
Another 22nd December, we all woke up and that's interesting.
So people all over the world, they are giving some kind of this thing, wrong information regarding that inventions, discoveries and all. But whatever, the Mayan discoveries, that accurate calendar. Now, what calendar we are using after a lot of studies and all, made a calendar, but that much accuracy is not there. Those primitive people. So that is why people began to have faith on it.
Yeah, very highly civilized, very highly civilized.
Means their system.
उनका ये सोचना है कि civilization they built is very scary and that is कितना time तक है. We have technology, we have built this.
See, now that is what, no. Now we are having scientific technology and all. People design the houses with the help of this technology. But without having any type of technology in the ancient period, about 5,000, no, say we understood that much old civilization was advanced and they have designed that much. And by chance, something happened to them and they failed. Now I'm thinking that if they would have survived,
the world would be a very different place.
So nowadays, people used to predict something, many things. So when Turkey earthquake happened, so then people began to spread rumors that one person in Netherlands, he predicted accurately about this earthquake. So that man have told in India also and this northwestern part of India also as center, as epicenter, this way earthquake would take place.
What is the date you said?
The date of
Wait, so nobody correctly was that.
See, it is one that what is that jackfruit fell and then that what is that some animal killed. So every time that jackfruit is not going to fall and kill that. So people began to spread anything.
you can wish 100% accurate cooling.
See, actually about earthquake actual prediction is not possible.
Because it can happen any single time.
Any.
Oh, literally.
Yes.
Tectonic
Yeah,
plates.
well. In this Koina earthquake in Maharashtra. So 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 when this earthquake happened, that the previous night, it was September 30th. That because that Ganpati ka last day tha. Visurgin ka last day tha. So everyone then after doing that one, they came home and the night it happened and vanished about 22,000 people. So it is not in the hands of human beings. It is all the nature and God is having the control. What is that? Visible is that Almighty is having the control. So people cannot make any prediction. See, tsunami happened. Tsunami के पहले बहुत सारे changes होते थे. Means in the wells the water means with a great sound it was coming. Sea water was going inside.
Very low tide.
It was not low tide. Sea ka udhar ka sand was visible. So I don't know. ऊपर नहीं पानी एकदम अंदर गया इधर गया मालूम नहीं है पूरा जो सी शोर पे सैंड है ना वैसे सी का नीचे का सैंड विजिबल था तो ह्यूज नंबर ऑफ पीपल went to see that. So that we were not having any kind of experience of tsunami. So what happened in Sumatra? It happened. So Indian Ocean का था. तो उधर से उतना फोर्स में जितना फोर्स में पानी अंदर गया, वो फोर्स में पानी बाहर आ गया. तो उसका हाइट 5 मीटर 6 मीटर हाइट है. So जो कोस्ट में जो लोग देखने को गया सबको लेके गया. Even the trains which are moving, they were carried away.
Obviously, tsunami is so strong.
So tsunami is like that today. The water which is got inside, they were pushed up. So mostly the earthquakes which are taking place in ocean trigger it. That is why tsunami का meaning है coastal waves. Okay, it is Japanese word. In Japan, this kind of waves used to destroy the coastal.
In Thailand, there was a huge destruction because of tsunami once, and there is a movie based on it. It's a movie with Tom Holland. But it shows the destruction of the whole city very accurately. Like what would happen if a tsunami hit it.
So, okay, time is still you didn't. Now that one say, this kind of why I told that one, people underestimated this, and then they thought that something new is going to come. But that much was the water which entered inside or pushed up. So that is why we cannot predict any things of nature. And the destructive power of see India's one that part over there which is considered as the tip of India. Indira Point. It's carried away by us. Now there is no Indira Point. Indian Ocean, that part is considered as that the final end of India, and that part is not there. So the destruction and when it come, how much powerful it come, nobody could predict. But people now also in the age of technology also believe in these false announcements or false declarations. Some people like no, what is that? It is not in the hands of human beings. We can control something. That is, we can control our thinking. We can control our the emotions. We can control our feelings. But we cannot control the nature. Nature's fury we cannot control at all.
Yeah.
So okay. Called work 9th you read afterwards the drawing. The other side. Yeah, I written.
Yeah.
Hiroshima, Nagasaki, okay. Yes, your homework also I page 135. Yes.
Question answers.
Yes. All Paris. No, I hear what is happening textbook. Eighth question is not there. Any three function of international court of justice, if it is there or not, I don't know.
Not there. It's not there.
That's it. Yeah. You will get a picture based question also. So here picture is given and then you say okay. Two. Ma'am has stopped talking. सोने चाहिए वो पाप कुछ
हाँ बाप की बात कर रहे हो
after this which class is that रेड करने के लिए बोला तो रेड करने के लिए कोई तैयार नहीं है हाँ बढ़िया
मैं कम से पार्ट था
then I will ask questions all are having this group. No, he is not. Okay. I'll ask questions from the group first. They're not. But You have a classes. You have why don't you bring the book? Today I forgot I got Read it. That's all. Definition of cold war is given. The state of tension between countries in which each side adopted policies designed to strengthen itself and weaken the other without the conflict, which is known as cold war. And it's all. So, what is given in the next?
Beach on.
Cold war is
The state of
defined
tension.
on the struggle that was there. But the rivals continue to maintain this diplomatic relation along with the host. But see, the Cold War also involved an arms race involving piling up of nuclear and conventional weapons, formation of military alliances, economic warfare, and trade embargoes from military proxy wars. Okay. This is the, this current is policies designed to strengthen itself and weaken the other without armed conflict is one of Cold War. That is the first point. Second point, it is given that Cold War is defined as an atmosphere where there is no armed struggle, but the rivals continue to maintain their peace, time, diplomatic relations along with the hostility. That is third and fourth. See, one is that the Cold War definition, third, fourth point. Then fifth point. Enemy. How much it decides the on I can.
Yeah.
Oh.
The
I'm actually sure she can have brother flower that was.
also both on the get out there, yes.
Need that. Need it. White paper.
Yeah. You know that 7 nuclear bombs were actually like disappeared from America's like, military office. There are 7 nuclear bombs were taken away, and nobody knows where it is. It's just gone.
Maybe it was
Yeah, they're just saying that it's just vanished, but it's probably used as a.
that time was like that. It's 5 months to be there.
Some people are scared that somebody just opened their and read
Child 33 billion. Huh?
And I mean,
What's your motivation?
family language show together.
you just see that Pakistan was also a member of that first year bloc.
And India का क्या हुआ?
Yes. India not I don't know.
वो कुछ मतलब.
Police.
That's 02 है. This block. Actually, this.
See, it is not bad also.
But it's not as good as that, right?
See, it is upon how it is followed. For example, China communism is in that a type of dictatorship is. So everyone that they are telling that it is a democratic system, election is done. But a real election, no. They select 3-4 people and out of that they get. So it is not called democracy also. So ideology of communism is good, but the method used to implement and introduce is not good. Because Chinese communism, if you are looking, it is like a dictatorship. Understood? That particular person only lifetime become that president. But indirectly we are telling that after 4 years elections. Whereas in India, what is happening? Democracy. If 100 people wanted to participate, contest in the election, they all can contest. Even Nota is also. None of them. अभी वे वोटिंग करने को जा रहे हैं, मेरे को किसी को वोट नहीं देने का, मेरे को नोटा के ऊपर कर सकते हैं. तो मैंने मेरा वोटिंग राइट भी यूज किया, बट मेरे को कोई 50% में किसी को पसंद नहीं.